Okay friends, it is the next day. I'm really sorry for the terrible lighting in here. It's either fluorescent LED grow lights or it's red chicken heat lamps, so the lighting isn't great. But chickens are doing great. We've still had no losses, which I'm holding my fingers and praying that we are able to bring all 125 to harvest. Cornish cross are kind of fragile. They okay, but you need to go out of here. We're not doing chick time right now. Cornish cross are kind of fragile because they're kind of overbred to have a double breast and a lot of meat on their body. Dublin, you already washed your hands. Please go out of here. Go upstairs and get dressed. We're gonna do cleaning Friday. And then they get really, they have different things throughout the process of their growing that makes them fragile. They're more prone to being sickly because of the overbreeding, and they can have really weak leg joints sometimes because of how heavy their breasts become. They're not generally very energetic towards the end. They can have really bad problems with heat, which is one reason why I specifically, though the cold and stuff has been stressing me out massively, because it's cold in South Dakota, and I was second guessing myself, like, why did you get birds when it's like 4 degrees outside? But I did that because I would rather have to keep the birds warm for a little bit longer than have to struggle them through the heat of August. I really don't want to have any Cornish in August because the heat is just not great for them, and they drink so much water the last 2 weeks, and plus they're going to be 15 miles probably from my house, so that's a trip I have to make every day. And if we were going to have Cornish in August, we'd probably having to go out there twice a day to make sure that their water is okay. But so I really wanted to avoid having Cornish in August. So these babies will be ready in May, and then the batch we get in April will be ready in June. If we're able to get another batch in May, then we could get that one done in July. So I really want to be done before August, not just for the fact of having all these meaties and having to worry about heat stroke and just all that stuff, but I really want to be done with chickens by August so that my family and I can have a lot of fun in August, because this is a huge commitment that we are putting ourselves into for spring and summer, and we're gonna deserve a break, and we're gonna deserve to go have some fun. And so we want to be like camping and going to the lake a lot in August and September, as like a reward to ourselves for all of this hard work, because this is going to be a lot of work. So that's kind of where we're at with this. I am making a commitment to myself and to this project to be posting daily vlogs on YouTube 5 days a week. I'm not exactly sure what my schedule is going to look like yet. I'll probably be taking Sundays off, but I think I might take Sunday, Monday off. But we'll see how we feel about it. I'm not trying to put a bunch of pressure on us about it or anything, but I really, we are in no way like a how-to page. We're kind of amateurs still, maybe like intermediates as far as farming goes, but I really just want to be transparent and show people what this is like and what is possible and stuff like that. I'm sure a lot of people think that because they live in town, they can't possibly do something like this. But y'all, I only own 1/4 of an acre. I have friends that own 20, so we're collaborating together to get this done. We're trading them 10% of what we bring to harvest for the use of their land. So it really benefits everybody. It benefits the CSA customers who are getting a local pasture grazed meat. It benefits my family because we are able to basically eat for free. And it benefits my friends who have land and they don't want to grow their own food. They have no experience with that, and they want me to kind of help them and show them, but they also want to be hands off, you know? They want to get some meat and some animals on their land, but they're not quite ready to jump in for themselves. So that's what I'm going to do. And I just want to bring you guys along. Oh, that's horrible lighting. I just want to bring you guys along for the ride. And I think that this will be a good commitment for me to really like throw me into consistency with vlogging, because that's what I really want to be doing, is like showing you guys what we're doing in real time. So you can actually go back in our YouTube channel and you can actually see some of our old videos from our last run of Cornish cross back in Oregon. So you'll be able to see kind of our production model. Newspaper was definitely preventing the litter from doing, the shavings from doing its job well, so we took that out. They all know where the food and water is. They all know where to snuggle and get warm. So we use the deep litter method whenever we're brooding chicks or when we are overwintering chickens in a coop or something like that. And basically what that means is that you just add carbon material. Joel Salatin would call wood chips the chicken's carbonaceous diaper, which is kind of funny and super true. So we will add shavings every day over the yucky spots, and it will prevent it from smelling. And there you go. These chicks are only going to be with us in town in brooders for about 3 weeks. They're only going to be in here in our utility room for like 5 days. We're starting to have weather warm up tomorrow, and we're going to be building them a brooder in the garage that's more space for them, because this is not adequate for all 3 weeks, obviously. Chicks need, for 100 chicks, you need about a 5 by 5 foot, 5 feet by 5 foot, 5 feet by 5 feet brooder for 100 birds. We have 125, so we need just a step bigger than that. So yeah, we're going to be working on that. Spencer is actually getting some materials from a job site because he works in construction, so he gets access to all of the lumber scraps and whatnot from the jobs that he does, which is really helpful for us for projects and stuff. So he's going to be bringing home some of that and we can build it, and I will show you guys that. And we can talk more about chickens. So it's like 40 degrees in there. Not super warm, but better than nothing, I guess.
See how you just work it out? Yeah, let's try to hit it one more time right there. Okay. Alright, go on, missus. I love you. You tried. I love you. You?
We just got done eating hot dogs over the fire. Bear witness to the ugliest in progress garden bed you've ever seen. Say I'm wrong, it's definitely the ugliest. Challenge me.
Yeah, she's asking you to stop, please. What? She said stop, please.
Good afternoon, friends. So other than trying to keep 125 baby chicks alive, another homestead project that we're continually working on is garden stuff. And the most recent garden project consists of moving a ton of mulch, dozens and dozens of wheelbarrows full of this beautiful maple mulch that I got from a local tree service. And it's wonderful. It smells amazing. So if you're curious as to why we're doing this, well, the ground here has a lot of clay in it, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it has a tendency to pool up water a lot in different places in our yard, which attracts children, of course, and it just furthers the problem of creating holes kind of in our walking spaces and water, and like, especially in the wintertime, ice. So this is to cover up and kind of level out certain parts of the ground, but it's also to retain moisture and to aerate the soil, loosen it up a little bit, provide a mulch to, like I said, retain moisture, and also to help bring life back into the soil, because Mother Nature wants to be covered. She wants mulch down, and it helps to provide a better environment for all the millions of microorganisms that live in the soil that we actually want in our garden soil. Some people know this as the Back to Eden gardening method, or simply just using wood chip mulch, but you can actually Google or look up on YouTube Paul Gauchi and the Back to Eden gardening method, and he explains it much more eloquently than I can. But the wood chip mulch is awesome because if you can find a hookup with a local arborist in your area, or maybe hook up with your city and like the utility companies, because they're always trimming trees, you can usually find loads of wood chip mulch that they'll come and drop by for free. Because in most cities, arborists and tree services have to actually pay to have their wood chips dumped. So if you can provide a drop site for them, generally they'll just give them to you for free, so they don't have to pay. Back in Oregon, we had this handy dandy website called chipdrop.com. Unfortunately, like, nobody here in South Dakota knows about it or uses it, so I failed to find a load that way. So instead, I just started calling tree companies, and one kind gentleman who was nice enough to bring this. So we are, since we live in the city, we can't leave that pile of wood chips out in our driveway for long. So we're trying to get that moved as fast as possible, and to soak up some of these puddles and whatnot. So hope you guys had fun watching those time lapses. There it is.